So I'm Kell.
And I'm Kell.
I just graduated from CMU in December, and I'm starting a new career as an independent contractor.
And I am the Public Affairs Director at KJOL. It's a local Christian radio station here in town.
Yeah, I mean, first things first, just my personality. I'm a planner. I plan everything. I decide, how things are going to go down, what we're going to do financially, all those things that, have been in our life. So, and Leslie and I, we'd have conversations on and off about having kids.
Right before we got married, we were doing the premarital counseling with Rob Story. And he asked, have you talked about kids? Is that a conversation you've had? And he suggested, he's like, too often people try to plan. That was an exact conversation. People try to plan how many and when and how many kids they're going to have, when they're going to have them. So I always encourage people to pray for it. So we were maybe married like 2 months or so, and we were getting ready to go to bed, and I said, so I'm thinking we should start praying about this. And he's like, no, we don't need to do that. We don't need to pray about that.
One of the ways that it kind of crept in is, I'm in control. And so I have this mentality of, it's going to happen when I decide it happens. While I was on a job in Houston, the only thing that I could think about was, it's probably time to have kids. And God was just kind of, working me over during the day when I'm working, you need to be able to give this up. By the time it was time to come home, I was ready to have that conversation with Leslie.
I was very excited after a lot of prayer, after Zach coming to me and saying, hey, let's give this to God as far as kids go. Let's just let it be and let it be in the Lord's hands. And that became very clear when I became pregnant, and I was really excited about it.
When, Leslie told me she was pregnant, I was like, whoa, that is like, right away.
Less than a week later, probably about 6 days later, I didn't feel very good. I felt really sick, and found out by the next morning, about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning on that Tuesday, that I had lost the baby and that I was no longer pregnant.
I didn't realize I was so hopeful for something until it was taken away.
As angry as I am, as hurt as I am right now, God has still been so faithful through authentic relationships and through compassionate engagement, because I was able to, Janelle Miller was one of the first people I told that I was pregnant, because she and I have been meeting and going through some books together. And then I texted her that morning and I said, hey, I don't think I'm pregnant anymore. And that was all I could say. After that, though, she has been somebody who has been checking in with me, saying like, hey, how's your heart today? And, where are you at right now? And hey, it's okay to yell at God. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to not be okay, to not, to be angry, even angry at God.
So Harvest View family, through these things, I've seen a big paradigm shift in my own thinking. And originally, when coming with this church plant was, this gospel transformation and compassionate engagement and authentic relationships was going to be out into the community. We really need to show each other in the church, in our church family, if we're a family on mission, we need to love like a family on mission.
The gospel is messy. Life is messy, because, Jesus meets you. He is so good to meet you exactly where you need him, where maybe even you didn't know that you needed him in that moment. Don't be afraid to be in the mess and to be in the trenches with one another, covered in the grime, covered in the dirt, covered in tears and sweat together, because that's what's going to bring the kingdom of God.
If we can't love each other well, we're not going to be able to go into the community and love them well.